Today we'll discuss normal form. Already I have told you there are various kinds of normal form. First we will see what is the significance of normal form. In last class also I have told you about significance of normal form. Generally the degree of redundancy of the relation is known from this normal form, and there are various kinds of normal form. In this chapter we will see 1NF, 2NF, 3NF and BCNF. These are BCNF. Voice called normal form. These are the generally four basic types of normal form, except this another two normal forms are there. Advanced normal form, those are known as one is your 4NF and 5NF. Okay, those we will discuss in next chapter, 4NF and 5NF. And three different concept we will discuss. So what is partial dependency and what is transitive dependency. This is all about the chapter content. First we will discuss normal form. It provides a stepwise progression towards the construction of the normalized relation schemas which are free from data redundancy. The main objective of normal form is to reduce the data redundancy or to check the degree of redundancy of a relation. Okay, how much redundancy is present? How to check that? A relation is how much redundant data item is present in a relation. That is generally known from this normal form of the relation. And a relation schema is said to be in a particular normal form if it is satisfying certain defined conditions. Okay, all those things we will see. Generally, there are four kinds of normal form we will see here. First one is your 1NF, and your 2NF, 3NF, and BCNF. Before going to normal form, I will discuss two concepts. One is your partial dependency. And another concept is your transitive dependency. Okay. First, we will see what is a partial dependency. A part of the key which functionally determining a non-key is known as partial dependency. Suppose this is the set of key, okay, and inside that X is a part of key, okay, and suppose this is the set of non-key, A, okay. Then we can say X determining A is a partial dependency. Okay, X determining a partial dependency. Suppose this is the whole key set and X is the part of the key, and if this X is determining a non-key set, suppose A is this is your non-key set. A part of the key determining a non-key, if part of the key functionally determining the non-key is known as partial dependency. Okay, and whenever the full key determines the non-key, then we cannot call it partial dependency. Okay, partial dependency means part of the key determining a non-key. Okay, then we will see now transitive dependency. Suppose this is the set of key, the whole key set, and this is your non-key set, non-key attribute. Suppose A, and another non-key set is your B. Non-key is your B, and this is your key set, and another one is your, suppose this is your key set, and another non-key set is, suppose non-key attribute is there, this is your X and this is your A, and in this case this is your non-key attributes B. Okay, suppose here A determining B is a transitive dependency. That means a non-key attribute determining another non-key attribute is known as a transitive dependency. Similarly, part of the non-key attribute, that means here A determining B, this is the part of the non-key attribute determining a non-key attribute, is also a transitive dependency. Okay, these are the two concepts we will use in this case. Okay, what is 1NF? A relation is said to be 1NF if all the entries are atomic in nature. Atomic in nature. That means if the table contains atomic data items, okay, in a particular cell, multiple data items are not present. That means multi-valued attributes are not present in a particular cell, then that is known as the table is in 1NF. What is 2NF? A relation is said to be in 2NF if the relation is in 1NF, and another condition is here, there should not be any partial dependency. There should not be any partial dependency. Then we can call the table is in 2NF. Similarly, what is 3NF? A relation is said to be in 3NF if it is in 2NF and there should not be any transitive dependency. This transitive dependency should not be there. Okay, what is transitive dependency? All of you know. This transitive dependency means part of the key determining a non-key, part of the non-key determining a non-key, or complete non-key determining a non-key. If such things are not present, then that is known as 3NF. The table is in 3NF. Then what is a BCNF? A relation is said to be in BCNF if it is in 3NF plus in functional dependency. In all the functional dependency, the left hand side part is a key attribute. That means it may be a candidate key or super key. It may be a candidate key or super key. In all the functional dependencies, the determinant part, left side part, suppose X determining Y is a functional dependency, these X part should be a candidate key or super key. Then we can call, and the table is in 3NF, then we can call the table is in BCNF. Okay, these are the 4 kinds of what normal form we will see in this chapter. Okay, and partial, what is partial dependency? What is transitive dependency of understood. Now we'll see 1NF in details. A relation is in 1NF if the values in the relation are atomic and single valued for every attribute in the relation. Okay, let's take one example. Course is a table. Here module, department, lecturer, text. These are the 4 attributes of this course table. And is this table is in 1NF? First we have to check. If all the data items or all the entries of this table are atomic in nature, then we can call this table is in 1NF. But in this case, just see, in one entry, in this case, in one entry, 2 data items are there, T1 and T2. In this case also, in one empty for M2, 2 data items, T1 and T3. Okay, that means your multi-valued attributes are present in this case. That's why we can call it a 1NF. This is not in 1NF. Then how to convert it into 1NF? If this multi-valued attribute has to be atomic in nature, or we will insert atomic values in this cells, then we can call it as 1NF. As the text column values are not atomic, this relation is not present in 1NF. To convert this non-1NF relation into 1NF relation, split up the non-atomic values. Then how we can split up these non-atomic values? In this case, we can split it in 2 ways. That means, so what I will do for text, for in this case text column, I can take another column also. Here maximum values are 2. That means here in one column I will keep text 1, another column I will keep text 2. Then in text 1 data item I will keep, and in text 2 another data item I will keep. Okay, this is another way. And another way is here multiple entries for each values I will keep one entry. Suppose here M1, D1, L1 and T1 I will keep. Okay, T2 I will cut down here. Then again M1, D1, L1 and T2 I will keep. Okay, similarly for M2, D1, L1 and T1 I will keep, and for T3 again I have to take another row, M2, D2, L1, then T3. But in this case what happens? The redundancy increases. Just see, the redundancy in this case increases. That's why it is not a wiser way to make the multi-valued attribute to a single valued attribute or atomic values. Okay, then another way is there. We will add one column, text 1, text 2, 2 columns. For this one column, we will take 2 columns. That is also another way. And another way is that I have already told you how to represent a multi-valued attribute. Multi-valued attribute can be represented using another table. That means for multi-valued attribute, what I will do, I will take another table. This is your course table. In course table, I will keep 3 attributes: module, department, and lecturer. And another table I will take for text. That means for text table, I will take 2 attributes. One is your module. Suppose here module is the primary key. Then I will take module here. Okay. And text here. And this module will be a foreign key for this table. Okay. And here M1, T1, M1, T2, then M2, T1, then M2, T3. Okay. Similarly, M3, T4, M4, T1, M4, T1, then your M4, T5. In this way, we have to make entries in this text table. And in this case, in course table, module is the primary key. And in this text table, module is the foreign key for this course table. Okay. But who is the primary key in this text table? Both combinedly, module and text becomes the primary key for this text table. Okay. In this way, in this there are three ways to make this table a 1NF table. Okay, make this course table a 1NF table. First way, for each entry, suppose 2 values are there, you will add rows, but that is not a wise one because your redundancy get increased. Okay, and another way is for each data items or each suppose here 2 data items are there, then 2 columns we have to take. But suppose 3 data items will be there, then 3 columns we have to take. Okay, that is also another way. And the best way is here for multi-valued attribute, we have to take another table. This one. Okay, this what a third choice is your good one. Okay, or best one. In this case, suppose the course table has been divided into course 1, where for text M1, T1 and T2, 2 texts are there. For that purpose, they have what he has did. They have made each entry for each text. T1, T2, each entry. What is your redundancy get increased? Okay, redundancy is more in this case. Okay, that's why it is not a wiser one. And another what approach is your course 2. Course 2. Okay, that means for text 1, text 2, 2 columns they have taken. The text column has been divided into 2 columns, text 1 and text 2. Okay, that is also an approach. Okay, then corollary, as the relation schema contains no data values, therefore all relation schema are in 1NF. Okay, all the relation schema are in 1NF in this case. As the relation schema contains no data values, but the anomalies in 1NF relations are insertion anomalies, updation anomalies, and deletion anomalies. Okay, anomalies may be present in 1NF. Okay, next we will see partial functional dependency. I have already told you what are key attributes. In this case, what are key attributes, what are non-key attributes. Okay, all the attributes which are part of some candidate key are known as key attribute, and what are non-key attributes are the attributes which are not part of any key. Suppose R is a relation, R, A, B, C, D is a relation, 4 attributes are there. And some functional dependency set is A determining B, B determining C, and C determining D. Okay. So in this case, what are the key attributes and how to find out the key attributes and non-key attributes? Before finding the key attributes and non-key attributes, first we have to find out what are the candidate keys of this relation. The candidate keys, how to find out? Taking the closure of attribute set. First I will take A closure. A closure will be A, B, C, D. Then B closure we have to find out. B closure will be B, C, D. And C closure will be your C, D. D closure will be your D. That means A will be the candidate key here. That means here candidate key is equal to A. And all the attributes involved in candidate key set are known as key attribute. That means here key attribute is equal to A. Only one attribute is your key attribute. And what are the non-key attribute? Except the key attribute. All other attributes are your non-key attribute. That means B, C, D are the non-key attribute. This is your key attribute, this is your non-key attribute. Then what is partial dependency? I have already told you. Suppose this is the key attribute set. Suppose this X is the part of the key, and suppose A is the non-key attribute set. Part of the key, this X determining A, that means the part of the key attributes determining a non-key attribute is a partial dependency. But in this case, is there any partial dependency present? No, because A is the only what attribute which is the key attribute. When A only single attribute is there which is a key attribute, then partial dependency cannot be present, because the whenever we will take this A determining something, this is the full key determining a non-key attribute. This is not a partial dependency. Okay, this thing you have to remember. Now we will see 2NF, okay, or second normal form. This is all about 1NF. What is 1NF? There should not be any multiple values in one single cell. That is the first thing. And second thing is your atomicity will be maintained. That means each cell contains only one value. And third thing is there how to convert a non-1NF relation into 1NF relations. I have already told you 3 ways. But the best way is to multi-value, representing multi-valued attribute in different columns, taking a different columns and representing that in multi-valued attribute. That is the best way to convert a non-1NF relation to 1NF relation. Then in this slide we know what is partial dependency, part of the key determining a non-key attribute, that is known as partial dependency. Now we'll see second normal form. What is second normal form? Okay, I have already told you a relation is in 2NF if the following two conditions are satisfied. One is here, it should be in 1NF. The relation should be in 1NF, and no non-key attribute is partial dependent on any key. That means there should not be any partial dependency. Partial dependency should not be there. What is partial dependency? If part of the key functionally determining a non-key attribute, then that is partial dependency. And partial dependency should not be present, and the relation should be in 1NF. Then we can call that relation is in 2NF. Okay, and these are the various steps. 1, 2, 3, 4 steps are there to convert a non-2NF relation to decompose into a 2NF relation. Okay, suppose one non-2NF relationship is there, then how to convert that into 2NF? These are the 4 steps we have to follow. That is, first one is your create a new relation by using the attributes from the offending functional dependency as the attributes in the new relation. The determinant of the FD becomes the primary key of the new relation. The attribute of the RHS of the FD is then eliminated from the original relation. If more than one FD prevents the relation from being 2NF, repeat steps 1 and 2 for each offending FD. If the same determinant appears in more than one FD, place all the attributes functionally dependent on this determinant as non-key attributes in the relation having the determinant as the primary key. Now we'll see details, taking one example. Suppose this is your course table. Your 4 attributes are there: module, department, lecturer, text. Okay, and these are the functional dependency: module functional determining department, module determining lecturer, module lecturer determining department, module and text determining department and lecturer. First we have to find out what are the candidate key in this case. Suppose I will take the closure of module here. I will take the closure of module here. What I will get? Module I will get. Only first letter I am writing here. Module I will get, department I will get, lecturer I will get. Okay. But text I will not get. Okay, all the attributes I am not deriving from module. That means it cannot be a key. Similarly, if I will take lecturer, then also lecturer and department. Lecturer closure will be lecturer and department. Okay, when I will combine combination of 2, that means module text closure. For module, from module I can derive module, department, lecturer, then text. That means all the attributes are derived from this module and text, and this will be your key. Okay, candidate key. Only candidate key possible in this case is your module and text. Okay, that means what are the key attributes here? Key attributes will be module and text. And what are the non-key attributes in this case? Except module and text, all other will come in here non-key attributes: department and lecture. Okay. Then which NF this relation is present, this course table is present. You have to find out that. How to find out that? Whether it is in one NF or not. Yes, all the data items are atomic in nature. That means it is in one NF. Okay. In second one is whether partial dependency is present or not. We have to see whether part of the key determining a non-key. Okay. In this case, the key attributes are your module and text. Okay. If a part of the key, suppose module determining something or text determining something or some non-key attribute, then that is known as partial dependency. In this case, just see module determining department. Module is a part of the key. Okay, determining department non-key attribute. That means this is a partial dependency, and module determining lecturer. This is also a partial dependency. That means this is your partial dependency. This is your partial dependency. That means is it in 2NF? A table is in 2NF. If it is in 1NF, then there should not be any partial dependency. But here partial dependency is present. That means the table is not in 2NF. Whenever a table is not in 2NF, how to convert that into 2NF? First, you have to take the functional dependency which are prohibiting to be the 2NF. Your module determining department and module determining lecturer. These two functional dependencies are prohibiting the table to be in 2NF. That means partial dependency present in this case. That's why take those two functional dependency and all the attributes and take one table. That means I have to create one table which contains module, department and lecturer as the attribute. Okay. And here in partial dependency, the left hand side part is your module. That will be your primary key in this case. Remember this. And in the rest of the table, in another table, except the right hand side part, department is a right hand side attribute, lecturer is a right hand side attribute, except the department and lecturer, all other attributes will be present in the rest of the table. That means in another table, module is one attribute and text is one attribute. Okay. Then module is your primary key in this case, and it becomes the foreign key for this table. In this case also, module will be the primary key, and these are the two tables. Okay. That means in this case we have to see whether all the functional dependency are preserved or not. That means in this way we will split the original relation into two relations so that both of the relations are in 2NF. In this case, just see your module determining department. Yes, module determining department is preserved here. Then module determining lecturer. Yes, module determining lecturer is present here. Lecturer determining department. Yes, lecturer determining department is also present here. All the functional and module and text functionally determining department and lecturer. This is also preserved. Okay, that we have to check. But in this case, in this way we can divide a non-2NF relation into 2NF relation. Okay. Then the first step is how to convert a non-2NF relation into 2NF relation. First, we have to check which are the prohibiting functional dependency. That means what are the partial dependency. So functional dependency with partial dependency we have to find out. Then we have to take all those partial dependency, functional dependency, and taking those attributes of the partial dependency, functional dependency, we have to create one table. Okay. Then in that, the determinant, that means left hand side attribute, should be the primary key in that table in this case. Excuse me. Okay. In another table, what we have to do, except the right hand side part of the functional right hand side attribute of the functional dependency with partial dependency, except those attributes, all other attributes will be present in another table. Okay. In this way, you can convert a non-2NF relation into 2NF relation. And similar concept is used for 3NF as well as BCNF. In this case, just see. That means module to department and module to lecturer were creating a problem. That's why module, department, lecturer will be in one relation. Understood? That will be in one relation. And in other relation, except the department and lecturer, all other attributes will come. Module, text, and except the other. And in this case, the primary key is your module, and in this case, the primary key is your module and text. Oh, sorry, module and text will be simultaneously the primary key in this case goes to. And the functional dependency in this case are module to department and lecture, a lecturer to department. In this case, the functional dependency module text to module and text. Okay, this is all about 2NF corollary. If the primary key has a single attribute, okay, if the primary key contains a single attribute, then the relation is in 2NF. That means no partial dependency will be present. If single attribute constitute the primary key, then no partial dependency will be present. That is known as here. If primary key has only single attribute, no partial dependency will be present. That means the relation will be in 2NF. So anomalies in 2NF relations are insertion, updation, deletion. That means insertion anomaly can be present, updation anomaly can be present, and deletion anomalies can be present. Let's take one example. R is a relation with A, B, C, D, E, and these are the functional dependency A to B, C, D, E, A, B to C, D, E, C to E, D to E. Then find out in which NF this relationship is present or relation is present. Okay, first we have to find out A closure in this case. A closure will be here A, B, C, D, E. That means A is determining all the attributes. That means A will be a candidate key. Is there any other attributes which will be the candidate key? No. That means key attribute is equal to A. Then what are the non-key attributes here? Non-key attributes are except A, B, C, D, E. Is partial dependency present in this case? A determining B, C, D. Is it a partial dependency? No, because the whole key is determining non-key attribute. This is not partial dependency. That means partial dependency is not present. That means this relation by default all the relations are in 1NF. That's why it is in 1NF. And no partial dependency is present. That means no partial dependency is present. That means the relation is in 2NF. Okay, the relation is in 2NF. Okay, that means in this case just see whenever the key attribute is a single attribute, that means the key is a candidate key is a single attribute, then at that moment that is in 2NF. Okay, by default. And now we'll check for another question. This is your question number 1. Then now check for question number 2. Suppose a relation with 5 attributes A, B, C, D, E, and the functional dependency set is A, B determining C, D, E, B determining C, A determining D. Then what is the normal form of this relation? First, I have to find out the candidate key in this case. Take A closure. If I will take A closure, only A is there. A, D. Then single attribute key will not be present, may not present. Okay, first take 2 attributes. Okay, A, B closure. A, B closure will be A, B, C, D, E. Okay, is A present in right hand side? C, D? No, that means A, B will be a key. Okay, C, D is not present. That means A, B is the only key. That means key attribute will be your A and B, and non-key attribute will be your except key attribute all others C, D, E. Okay. Then each partial dependency present here? Yes, B to C. B determining C, part of the key determining a non-key. This is a partial dependency in this case. And A determining D. Yes, part of the key determining a non-key. This is your partial dependency. Okay, that means partial dependency is present. That means it is not in 2NF. It is not in 2NF. Okay. Then how to convert it into 2NF? The conflicting functional dependency we have to take. That means the partial dependency present in B determining C and A determining D. That's why I have to take one table for B determining C. In this case, for B determining C, B, C in one table I have to take. In another table I have to take AD, A and D. And here B will be your primary key. And here A will be your primary key. Okay. In other table, except the right hand side part, that means C and D, all other attributes will be present. That means A, B, E will be present. and here which will be the primary key. Both AB will be your primary key, and here A is the foreign key for this relation and B is the foreign key for this relation. That means this is the decomposition in which we can convert a non-2NF relation. This relation R non-2NF relation into 2NF relation. Okay, in this by decomposing this relation into three relation. In this case, B determining C is present. In this case, A determining D is present. In this case, AB determining CDE is present. Okay. Now let's say transitive dependency. Already I have explained what is transitive dependency. Transitive dependency is of two types. Suppose this is your complete key attributes. Okay, suppose this is your key attribute and this is your non-key attributes A. This is your non-key attributes B. A determining B is part of the non-key or non-key determining a non-key, that is a transitive dependency. Similarly, part of the non-key, that means suppose this is your key and part of the non-key A. This is your X, this is your A, and this is your B. Here, part of the non-key determining a non-key, this is your transitive dependency. Okay. 3NF. A relation is in 3NF if the following two conditions are satisfied simultaneously. That means it is in 2NF and no non-key attribute is transitively dependent on the key. That means no transitive dependency is present. That means if transitive dependency is not present and the relation is in 2NF, then we can call that the relation is in 3NF. The process of decomposing the non-3NF relation to 3NF relation is similar to the process of decomposing the non-2NF relation to 2NF relation. What are the procedure? First, you have to find out the conflicting. First of all, you have to find out. First of all, you have to find out the transitive dependency, functional dependency. First, you have to find out the transitive dependency, functional dependency. Then, from that transitive dependency, functional dependency, create one table. Okay, and the left hand side dependent part of that functional dependency will be the key of that table. And in another table, keep all the attributes except the attributes present in the first relation. That means transitive dependency relation. And in the original relation, the right hand side part, dependent part of the transitive dependency, remove those attributes and keep all other attributes in the original relation. In this way, we can convert a non-3NF relation to 3NF relation. Okay, in this case, just see. Suppose course is the relation and here module, department and lecturer are the attributes. The functional dependency are module determining department and lecturer determining department. Then is this relation is in 3NF? First we have to find out the key attribute and non-key attribute. To find out the key attribute and non-key attribute, first we have to find out the candidate key. Okay, first I will take module closure. Module closure will be how much in this functional dependency? Module department lecturer. Module department lecturer. That means it is determining all the attributes of the relation course. Think it नहीं जाओगे को. Okay, all the attributes of this relation course. That's why it will be a key, candidate key. Then, is there any other candidate key possible here? No. That means the key attribute is your module, and the non-key attribute is here, except module, all other attributes. That means the department and lecturer. Okay. Is there any partial dependency present here? Okay, only one single attribute constitute the key. That means no partial dependency will be there. Then is there any non-key attribute? Is there any transitive dependency present here? Yes, lecturer to department. That means non-key to non-key is there. Dependency is there. That means lecturer to department is the only transitive dependency present. That means is it in 3NF? No, it is not in 3NF, but it is in 2NF. It is in 2NF, but it is not in 3NF. Okay, because lecturer to department, this transitive dependency. Then how to convert it into 3NF? The functional dependency which will create the problem. In that case, we have to convert it into We have to take that and we have to create one relation for that. That means what I will do, I will take one table for this which contains lecturer and department as the attributes, and in another table I will keep all other attribute except D, that means the right hand side part, except department, module and lecturer I will put. And in this case lecturer will be the primary key and it will becomes the foreign key for this table, and in this case module and lecturer combinedly together the primary key. Okay. Now we'll see, just see module and lecturer in one table, and lecturer and department in one table. Okay, this is your 3NF. What is the corollary? A 2NF relation is in 3NF relation if non-key attribute functionally determines any other non-key attributes. Okay, that means transitive dependency is not present. If transitive dependency is not present, then we can call a 2NF relation as your 3NF relation. Okay. 3NF, third normal form. Okay, some points are there. The 3NF helps us to get rid of the anomalies caused by dependency. Here, in case of 1NF, anomalies may be present. Insertion, deletion, and updation anomaly may be present. In case of 2NF also, anomalies may be present. That means insertion, deletion, updation. But in case of 3NF, no anomalies are present in case of 3NF relation. That's why most of the database designer use 3NF as their to design the database. They take 3NF is most for their database. The 3NF helped us to get rid of the anomalies caused by dependencies of a non-key attribute or another non-key attribute. However, relations in 3NF are still susceptible to anomalies when the relation have two overlapping candidate keys or when non-key attribute functionally determines a key attribute. Okay, overlapping candidate keys means composite candidate keys with at least one attribute in common among themselves. Not a database should normally in 3NF at least. Okay, at least a database should be in 3NF. Okay. Question is lecturer is the relation, and these are the various attributes: lecture ID, lecture name, lecture course ID, course name. And the functional dependencies are these: lecture ID to lecture name, lecture ID to course ID, lecture ID to course name and course ID, and lecture ID to course name and course ID to course name. Then what is the normal form of this relation? How to find out? To find out that, first we have to find out the candidate key. Suppose lecturer ID closure will be how much? Lecture ID, lecture name, course ID, then your lecture ID is there now, and then course name. Okay, that means all the attributes can be functionally determining from lecture ID here. Yes, from lecture ID all the attributes can determining. That means is lecture ID. Okay, that means the key attribute is here, lecture ID here, and non-key attribute is here except lecture ID, lecture name, course ID and course name. Is partial dependency present? Only one attribute constitute the key attribute. Key. That means partial dependency is not present. That means it is in 2NF. Now check for 3NF. Is transitive dependency is present? From lecture ID to course name. Lecture to course. It is not a transitive dependency from lecture ID to lecture name. This is not a transitive dependency. Lecture ID to course ID. This is not a transitive dependency to course name. Not course ID to course name. That means course ID to course name. Okay, this is a transitive dependency. That means course ID to course name. This is a transitive dependency. As transitive dependency is present, this is not in 3NF. Okay. Then how to convert this into 3NF? The conflicting functional dependency. That means course ID to course name. We have to take that and we have to create another table. That means I will take course ID and course name and I will create one table. Okay. In other table, except the course name, all other attributes will be there. That means lecture ID, lecture name, course ID, and course ID. These three attributes are present in author table. Okay. Then this course ID will be your primary key here, and course ID will be the foreign key for this table, and this lecture ID and course ID becomes the primary key for this table. Okay. In this way, we can convert a what a 3NF relation to 3NF relation. Okay, and we can find out the particular normal form of a relation also. Okay, then in this case, RBCE, a relation with three attributes BCE, and the functional dependency as E determining G and BC determining E. What is the normal form of this relation? To find out the normal form of this relation, first we have to find out the candidate keys. Suppose here I will find out the BC closure. BC closure will be your BCE. Okay. Again, B can be replaced by E. Okay. That means EC closure will be your BCE. That means here key attribute will be your BCE. All are your key attributes. The non-key attribute is here, nothing is there. That means whenever non-key attribute is not present, remember, transitive dependency is not present, transitive dependency will not be present. That means the relation will be in 3NF. That means this relation R will be in 3NF. That means here transitive non-key attributes are not present. When non-key attributes are not present, that means transitive dependency is not present, and transitive dependency is not present means the relation is in 3NF. Okay, that means we have discussed this. Then in this case, okay, another table is there, that is your store table. Here these are the attributes: order, product, customer, address, quantity, unit price, and the functional dependencies are these. Then what is the normal form of this relation? And if it is not in 3NF normal form, then convert it into 3NF normal form. Okay. Okay, this is for you. You just find out this. Okay. Next, your BCNF. A voice code normal form. A relation is in BCNF if the following two conditions are satisfied simultaneously. That means it is in 3NF. Okay, it is in 3NF, and if for every non-trivial functional dependency, the determinant is a key. That means for every functional dependency, that means A determining key, this determinant part, that means the left hand side part is a key. Then we can tell that for all the functional dependency, if it is true, then we can tell that this is in BCNF. Okay, a relation is in BCNF if it is in 3NF, and in all the functional dependency, the left hand side part or determinant part is a key. Now, the process of decomposing the non-BCNF relation to BCNF relation is a simple process. For each non-trivial function where the determinant is not the key, construct new relation. This is similar to your 2NF, non-2NF to 2NF, non-3NF to 3NF. Okay. In this case, a student table is there with three attributes: student, course, and time. And the functional dependencies are student, course determining time, and time determining course, and student and time determining course. First, we have to find out the key attributes in this case. Suppose student and course closure I will take. If student course closure I will take student, course, and time. Okay, then is there any key attributes present? Yes, course can be replaced by time. That means student and time closure is equal to student course time. That means these are the two candidate keys possible in this case. Okay, then what are the key attributes? The key attributes are student, course, time. All are, that means student and course is one key, and student and time is one key. That means student, course one key, and the student and time is one key. Is this table is in BCNF? In all the functional dependency, this is one key, and in this functional dependency, this is one key. But this functional dependency, time to course, time is not a key. Okay, that means this is violating from BCNF. That's why what we have to do to make this non-BCNF relation into this is not in BCNF. Okay, this is not in BCNF. Then to convert it from non-BCNF to BCNF, what we have to do, the Functional dependency which is violating from BCNF. That means this time to course is violating here. That's why we have to create one table using time and course. Time and course, we have to create one table. We have to create one table, time and course. Okay. And here time will be your primary key. And in other table, except the course, all other attributes will be there, student and time. And both student and time combinedly becomes the primary key, and here it will be the foreign key for this table. Okay, this is the BCNF decomposition. Now both of the relations are in BCNF. Okay, this relation is not present in BCNF as the functional dependency time to course. The determinant time is not a key. Okay, here time is not a key. After the conversion of this relation to BCNF, create a new relation R1, time and course, with the set functional dependency time to course. Here, time to course functional dependency will be preserved. Okay, in this case, and set with functional time to course. The original relation is staged to student and time. As a student and time, set is also the key of the relation. We have lost the functional dependency student course to time. Yes, in this case, just see student time. In this functional dependency, student time to course. That means in this case, student time to course is preserved. We can see that. Okay, that functional dependency can be preserved. But a student course to time. This is student one attribute from here, one attribute determining a other attribute type, that is not preserved. Okay, this functional dependency is missed here. If you will check, then you can find out this is missed here. That means here we have lost one. That's why this is very, very important. If a relation has only one candidate key, then 3NF and BCNF are same. Okay, one candidate key is present, the 3NF and BCNF are same. That means if a relation is in 3NF having only one candidate key, then it is also present in BCNF. Okay, and another important thing is there. Normalization to 3NF is always lossless and dependency preservation. Whenever a relation is in 3NF, always it is lossless and dependency preservation. But normalization to BCNF, it is lossless but may not preserve all the functional dependency. That means in 3NF it is always lossless and dependency preservation, but in case of BCNF it is always lossless, but you cannot tell whether it will be dependency is preserved or not. Sometimes dependency will be preserved and sometimes dependency will not be preserved. That's why most of the database designer choose 3NF as their normal for the database design. Okay, that means 3NF is best, then here 3NF is better, then here BCNF normal form. Okay, then this is one question. Suppose R, A, B, C, D, E and the functional dependency are A determining B and C determining D. Decompose the relation to BCNF. First we have to check in which normal form this relation is present. Okay, then to find out the normal form, first we have to find out the key. Okay, key means in this case a closure we have to find out. Okay, in this case a closure we have to find out. A closure will be here A, B, E. Then combinedly I will take AC. Then AC closure will be A, B, E, C, D. Okay, is there any key attributes key present here? D, E, E. No. That means AC is the only key. That means key attribute is equal to AC and non-key attribute is equal to, except AC, D, E, D. Then is partial dependency present here? A to B, yes, partial dependency is present here. A to B, part of the key determining non-key attributes. Partial dependency present means it is not in 2NF, it is in 1NF. Okay, and decompose the relation into BCNF. Then C determining D. C determining D. This is also partial dependency. Okay, partial dependency is present here. This is in 1NF. This is not in 2NF. Then to decompose this relation into BCNF, those which are creating problem for BCNF. BCNF means this determinant side should be key. Okay, is it a key? No. In this case also it is not a key. For this one table we have to create. That means in one table we have to put A, B, E. In another table we have to keep C and D. And in other table except B, C, D, all attributes will be B, E, D. Sorry, B, E, D, all attributes will be present. That means B, E, D except B, E, D, all attributes. That means A, C. Okay. Then here A will be the key, here C will be the key, and here both AC will be the key. And this is the BCNF decomposition. Okay. That means in one table A, B, E will be present, in another table C and D will be present, in another table A and C will be present. This is the BCNF decomposition of this relation. To convert this non-BCNF relation to BCNF, we have to decompose this table into three tables, three relations. Excuse me. Okay. Then another question is there. Suppose R, A, B, C, D, four attributes are present, and functional dependency are A, B to C, D, and C to B. Decompose the relation into BCNF. First, we have to find out in which normal form this relation is present. Okay. Suppose A, B closure I will take, then I will get A, B, C, D. Okay. Then B can be replaced by C here. That means AC closure will be here, A, B, C, D. Then is there any other key present? No. That means key attributes are here A, B, and C. And non-key attributes are here D. A, B to C, part of the key determining a key attribute, within key attribute, no problem. Then C to B. C to B, this is also partial dependency is not present. Is a transitive dependency present? No. That means this is in here 3NF. To be in 4NF, both of the has to be key. That means AB is your key, C is a key, C to B, C is not a key. Okay, only AB is a key. That means to convert it into BCNF, which one is creating problem? This one, C to B. If this will be a key, then it will be in BCNF, but it is not a key. That's why it is creating problem. That means take these two attributes and create one table. That means in this here I am explaining it. Take C and B and create one table. And in other tables except B, all other attributes will be there. That means A, C, D. Okay. That means C to B functional dependency is present here. In this case, AB to CD, that may not be present. Okay, but here C will be the primary key, here AC will be the primary key, and here C is determined a non-key, foreign key for this table. Okay, this is the BCNF decomposition of this relation R ABCD. Okay. In this way, you can find out the normal form of a relation as well as convert a non-BCNF relation to a BCNF relation. Now we will solve all those problems. First, check the normal form of the relation. First question we will do. Okay. In this case, to check the normal form, first we have to find out the candidate key. Okay. This is the R ABC. ABC are three attributes and functional dependencies are A determining B, B determining C. Then what is the normal form? First we have to find out the candidate key. A closure will be here. A, B, C, that means all the attributes are determined. Is A is present in the right hand side? No, A is not present in the right hand side. That means only candidate key possible is your A. That means the key attributes is here A and non-key attribute is here B and C. Then every relation will be in 1NF. That means it will be in 1NF. Then check for 2NF. To be in 2NF, it should be in 1NF, yes, and there should not be any partial dependency present. Is partial dependency present? A determining B. Is A determining B as a partial dependency? No. Only one attribute is present. That means this is a 2NF. Partial dependency is not present. Then check for 3NF. Is there in transitive dependency present? B to C? Yes, it is a transitive dependency. Non-key determining it. Non-key. If transitive dependency is present, it is not in 3NF. That means the highest normal form of this relation is here 2n. Now check for second question. That means we have completed question number 1, then question number 2. In this case, similarly, we have to find out the candidate key. Suppose I will take AB, then AB closure will be your ABCD. Okay. Then B can be replaced by A here. B can be replaced by A. That means A closure will be your ABCD. Okay. Similarly, that means the only candidate key is your A. Okay. That means key attribute will be your A, and a non-key attribute will be your B, C, D. Every relation will be in 1NF, that means it will be in 1NF. Now check for 2NF. Is partial dependency present here? Partial dependency means part of the key determining non-key? No. Only one attribute is there in the key attributes, that means partial dependency is not present, that means it is in 2NF. Check for 3NF. Is a transitive dependency present? C to D. C to D, non-key to non-key. Yes. It is a transitive dependency. That means it is not in 3NF. That means the highest normal form of this relation will be here 2NF. Okay. That means question number 2 completed. Now check for question number 3. R, A, B, C, D. The functional dependencies are AB determining C and BC determining D. Now find out the candidate key in this case. First I will take AB closure. AB closure will be your A, B, C, D. Okay. Now A, B, C, D. Okay. Now, is A and B are present at right hand side? No. C and D are present. That means only one key candidate key is possible in this case. Okay. That means so what are the key attributes in this case? Key attributes will be your A and B, and non-key attribute will be your C and D. 1NF, check for 1NF. Yes, it is in 1NF. Then check for 2NF. Is partial dependency present? A to something? A determining C? No, AB determining C is there, and BC determining D. BC determining, is it a partial dependency? No. Part of the key determining non-key partial dependency is not present, that means it is in 2NF. Then check for 3NF. Is a transitive dependency present? Yes. BC determining D. This is a transitive dependency. That means it is not in 3NF. That means it is here 2NF. The highest normal form will be here 2NF. Okay, this is correct. Then question number 3 completed. We have completed question number 3. Now go to question number 4. Okay, in question number 4, I have to find out the first candidate key. Okay, first AB closure I will take. AB closure will be your ABC. Okay, then can we reduce it? A can be replaced with C. That means A can be replaced with C. That means this is your BC closure will be your ABC. Okay, then BC closure means all will come. Okay, now C can be replaced with AB. That means AB will come. That means the key attribute will be your A, B, and C. And non-key attribute is equal to nothing is there. Whenever non-key attribute is not present, transitive dependency is not present. That means the relation will be in 3NF. But check, it is in 1NF. Yes. Is check for 2NF. Is partial dependency present? AB to C, no, partial dependency will not be present. It will be in 2NF. Is a transitive dependency present? No, non-key attributes. That means transitive dependency is not present. It is in 3NF. Check for BCNF. Is all the determinants are key? Here AB and key. What are the key here? AB and BC. AB is one key and BC is one key. Here AB is key, but here it is not a key. That means it is not in BCNF. Check for BCNF. It is not in BCNF. That means the highest normal form in this case is here 3NF. Okay. Question number 4 we have completed. Now check for question number 5. In question number 5, the relation R, A, B, C, D, 4 attributes are there. The functional dependencies are A determining B, B determining C determining D, and D determining D. Okay. Now we have to find out A closure. A closure will be how much? A closure will be A, B, C, D. Okay. Now A can be replaced with D. A can be replaced with D. Now that means D closure will be here same. D closure will be your ABCD. Okay. Now D can be replaced with C. Yes, then C closure will be your ABCD. Okay, then C can be replaced with B. Then B closure will be your ABCD. That means the key to all are your key attributes. That means A, B, C, D. Okay, all are your key attributes. The non-key attribute is not present. That means the relation will be in 3NF. Whenever non-key attribute is not present, then it will be in 3NF. Why? Because first 1NF check for 1NF. Yes, it is in 1NF. Oh, sorry. It is in 1NF. Now we will check. We'll check it is in 1NF, then 2NF. No partial dependency is present. Yes, it is in 2NF. 3NF, no transitive dependency will be present. It is in 3NF. Then check for BCNF. All the left hand side part are key or not? A, B, C, D. Yes, all are key. That means it is in BCNF. That means the highest normal form in this case will be your BCNF. Okay. In this way, we have completed question number 5. Okay. Check the normal form of relation. For question number 6, we have to find out. Okay. If we have to check for this question number 6. Okay, here we have to find out candidate key. AV closure will be your AB, CD. Okay. Then is there any other key possible? Is A, B present in right hand side? C is present, D is present. That means in right hand side, no other AB attribute is present. That means AB is the only key. That means your key attribute will be your A and B, and non-key attribute will be your C and D. Oh, sorry. AB closure will not be a key here because here 5 attributes are there. A, B, C, D, E. That means we have to add E. Then only it will be a key. Then means A, B, E closure will be your A, B, C, D, E. Okay. That means A, B, E will be the key. That means key attribute will be your A, B, E. Then non-key attribute will be your C, D. Okay. Then we have to find out A, B determining C. First, it is in 1NF. Yes. Check for 2NF. Is partial dependency present? Check for 2NF partial dependency. AB to C is present. That means it is not in 2NF. Okay. It is not in partial dependency is present. That means it is not in 2NF. That means the highest normal form of this relation is here 1NF. Okay. Now, question number 6 completed. Now check for question number 7. Here R, A, B, C, D, A, B to C, D, C to A, D to B. Okay. Now we have to find out the candidate key. AB closure. AB closure will be your ABCD, BJ key. Then A can be replaced with C. That means BC closure will also determine ABCD. Then B can be replaced with D. That means CD closure will also determine this. Okay. That means AB, BC, CD. These are the 3 keys possible here. Then key attribute will be here all A, B, C, D. Okay. These are all key attributes. And non-key attribute is equal to nothing is there. Okay, that means 3NF. Okay, check for 1NF. Yes, it is there. For 2NF, is partial dependency present? Part of the key, no. That means 2NF. 3NF is transitive dependency present? No. It is in 3NF. For check for BCNF, is all in the all functional dependency left hand side are key or not? AB is a key. Okay, no problem. But C, D in this case, these are not key. That means it is not in BCNF. That means the highest normal form of this relation is here 3NF. Okay. Question number 7 completed. Now we'll check for question number 8. In this case, find out the key attributes. Key AB closure will be your ABCD. Okay. Then A can be replaced by B. A can be replaced by B. That means B closure will determine ABCD. And B can be replaced by A. That means A closure will determine ABCD. Okay. That means here keys are A and B. That means key attributes are A and B. And non-key attribute are C and D. Check for 1NF. Yes, it is in 1NF. Check for 2NF. Each partial dependency is present. A to B, B to A, AB to C. AB to C partial dependency is not present. That means it is in 2NF. Check for 3NF. Is a transitive dependency present? Transitive dependency C to D is present. Yes, C to D is a transitive dependency. That means it is not in 3NF. The highest normal form of this relation will be your 2NF. Okay. Now question number 8 completed. Now check for question number 9. In this case, R, A, B, C, D, E, and functional dependency A determining C, B determining C, D, C determining D. Then we have to find out the key. Key means first take AB closure. AB closure will be A, B, C, D. Then B can be replaced with C, D. Then A, C, D is coming. Then C can be AB closure will be your ABCD. Then SC closure will be not a key. BC closure will not be a key. That means the only key possible is your AB here. Then key attribute will be A and B. Non-key attribute will be your C, D. Sorry. In this case, E is also another attribute is there. That's why we have to add ABE closure. Then only it will be a key. That means ABCDE. Okay. ABE closure. Okay. That means AB is the candidate key. That means ABE are the key attribute and CD are the non-key attributes. Then just check A to C. Yes, pass 1NF. It is in 1NF. Check for 2NF. In 2NF, partial dependency is present or not. In this case, A to C. It is a partial dependency. Part of the key determine non-key. That means partial dependency present means it is not in 2NF. That means highest normal here. That means question number 9. Now we'll check for question number 10. Okay, for question number 10, 11, 12, this is your homework. You will do it at your own. Okay, but I will tell you the result. Question number R, ABC, AB to BC to A, AB to BC to A, SC to B. In this case, the highest normal form ABC is here, candidate case, and attribute hence it is in BCNF. 6 number, this is here in ECNF. The highest normal form will be your BCNF, and in this case, the highest normal form will be your 2NF, and in this case, the highest normal form will be your QP to DE. Highest normal will be it is in 3NF. Okay, just check. 13, 14, 15. Now, in this case, the highest normal form will be your okay. This is in your this you have to do. This is in your BCNF. Highest normal form will be BCNF. In this case, the highest normal form is your BCNF. Okay. Then this one is your highest normal form is your BCNF. Now we'll see decomposition of the relation into 3NF and BCNF. Suppose one relation is not in 3NF, then how to convert into 3NF decomposition, and suppose one relation is not in BCNF, how to convert it into BCNF. Okay, suppose one question is there, a relation is there R with 4 attributes ABCD, and these are the functional dependency AB determining C and C determining D. Okay. Then first we have to find out the key attributes and non-key attributes. To find out the key attributes and non-key attributes, we have to find out the candidate key. Suppose I will take AB closure. AB closure will be how much here? ABCD. And is there any other candidate key possible here? AB is present in right hand side? No. That means only candidate key possible is your AB. That means here key attribute will be your A and B. and non-key attribute will be your C and D. Then what will be the highest normal form of this relation? It will be in 1NF. Okay. Check for 2NF. Is it in 2NF? First check for partial dependency. Its partial dependency is present AB to C. Complete key determining C. That means it is not a partial dependency. That means it is not in it is not partial dependency is not present. That means it is in 2NF. Now check for 3NF. Is a transitive dependency present? C to D. Yes, C to D is a transitive dependency. Is a transitive dependency present? It is not in 3NF. That means the highest normal form of this relation is here 2NF. Now, how to convert this into 3NF? To convert this into 3NF, first we have to find out which functional dependency is conflicting to be in 3NF. That means this functional dependency C to D is conflicting because this is your transitive dependency. And take those attributes and create one table. Now we have to create one table taking C and D. Okay. In another table except D, all other attributes will be there. That means A, B and C will be in other table. Okay. And in this case C will be your key. And in this case A, B will be your key. And C is a foreign key for this relation. Okay. In this case AB determining C is present functional dependency. In this case C determining D is present. That means this is a lossless joint decomposition. That means C is a common attribute and C closure is equal to CD. That means it is a super key for this relation. That means a lossless joint decomposition is satisfied, as well as the dependency preservation. All the dependencies are directly preserved. This is your 3NF decomposition. Okay. First in A we have to find out what is the highest normal form, that is 2NF, and in B 3NF decomposition. This is the 3NF decomposition. In C we have to do BCNF decomposition. In case of BCNF decomposition, which functional dependency is creating problem? Just see here, AB is a key. Is C is a key? No, C is a key. That means this functional dependency is creating problem. That means taking that we have to create one table CD. Okay, and here C will be the key, and in other table A, B, C will be there, and AB will be the key. Okay, and C is the foreign key for this table. Okay, here C determining D is preserved, here AB determining C is preserved, and this is the BCNF decomposition. And in BCNF decomposition also lossless joint property is satisfied and dependency preservation is satisfied. This is your, in this case, both 3NF decomposition and this BCNF decomposition. This is your BCNF decomposition and this is your 3NF decomposition. Both the BCNF and 3NF decomposition are same in this case. That means this is your overall question number 1. Now we'll check question number 2. In question number 2, first we have to find out the highest normal form A. In beta we have to find out the highest normal form. For that purpose we have to find out the key attribute and non-key attribute. Now first we have to find out candidate key, then AB closure will be here ABC. Okay, then A can be replaced by C. That means BC will be here, BC closure will be here ABC. Then C can be replaced by AB. That means AB and BC are two candidate keys. That means what are the key attribute? All are key attribute. A, B, C, all the attributes are key attribute, and non-key attribute is not present. Okay. Then we have to find out the highest normal form. Is it in 1NF? Yes. 2NF, is there partial dependency present? No. That means it is in 2NF. Is a transitive dependency present? No. That means it is in 3NF. Okay. Is it in BCNF? All the left hand side parts should be key. Yes, AB is a key, but C is not a key. That means it is not in BCNF. That means the highest normal form of this relation is your 3NF. Then question number B. B is your 3NF decomposition. As it is in 3NF, so no need to decompose it into 3NF. Okay, no need. It is in 3NF, no need to decompose 3NF. Then C, BCNF decomposition. For BCNF decomposition, what we have to do? Which one is creating problem? We have to see. AB determining C is there and C determining A is there, and AB is a key. That means this is not the problem. That means C determining A is creating problem. That's why C, A, we have to take one table using C and A attributes. Okay. In another table, we will keep except A, all other attributes will be there. That means except A, B and C will be there. Understood? And in this case, C will be your primary key. C will be your primary key, and this is a foreign key for this table. And in this case, BC will be your primary key. Okay. Then C determining A is preserved here, dependency preservation. But AB determining C, is it preserved or not, we have to check. AB determining C, we have to check. This is a indirect preservation. Then we have to check for AB determining C. Then how to check? Using that indirect dependency preservation algorithm. Then AB, we have to take result is equal to, first take result is equal to AB. Okay. Then AB intersection CA. Then A closure we have to find out. A closure will be how much here? Then when we union, then same AB you will get. That means AB determining C you will not get. That means AB intersection BC. That means B closure you will get. And here B closure you will get B. That means so when union with AB, only AB you will get. That means this is not preserved here. This dependency is not preserved here. That means this is the BCNF decomposition, and a lossless join property is satisfied, but dependency preservation is not satisfied. That's why the highest normal form for this relation should be 3NF, and you should use only 3NF decomposition here. No need to go for BCNF, because if you will decompose it into BCNF, then lossless join property is satisfied, but dependency preservation is not satisfied in this case. Okay. This is a completion of question number 2. Now we'll see. And in this case, one thing I want to tell, in a real time, BCNF is not preferred. Why BCNF is not preferred in real time? Because most of the cases BCNF satisfy lossless join property will be satisfied by BCNF, but most of the cases dependency preservation is not satisfied by BCNF. But whenever a relation is in 3NF, it should satisfy both lossless as well as dependency preservation. That's why in real time 3NF is preferred. Most of the time 3NF is preferred. A relation that is not in 3NF can be converted into a lossless dependency preservation 3NF decomposition. Okay. A relation that is not in BCNF can only be converted into a lossless BCNF decomposition. The dependency preservation may not be guaranteed. In case of BCNF, the dependency preservation may not be guaranteed. That's why in real time, 3NF is your most preferred one. Okay. Now question number 3. Okay. First we will erase this. Now we'll check for question number 3. Okay, what is the highest normal form? First we will find out AB closure. AB closure will be ABCD. Okay. Now A can be replaced by here C. Okay, that means BC closure will be here ABCD. Then B can be replaced by D. That means CD closure will also ABCD. Okay. CD, then CD can be replaced by BC. That means the candidate keys are AB, BC, and CD. Then what are the key attribute here? A, B, C, D. Okay. What are the non-key attributes? Non-key attributes are not present in this case. Okay, then what will be the highest normal form? 1NF. It will be in 1NF. In case of 2NF, is it in partial dependency is present? No, partial dependency not present. It is in 2NF. 3NF is transitive dependency present? No, then it is in 3NF. BCNF, it is not in BCNF. It is not in BCNF because AB is the key, but in other functional dependency these are not keys. Okay, that's why it is not in BCNF. Then as it is in 3NF, then 3NF decomposition, no need to do 3NF decomposition, no need to do 3NF decomposition. Okay, now we'll do the BCNF decomposition. Sorry, in this case we will do BCNF decomposition. In BCNF decomposition, of which functional dependency are creating problem? Here the left hand side part is not a key, here the left hand side part is not a key. That means for C determining A, we have to create one table CA. For D determining B, we have to create another table D determining B. This is another table. Okay. Here C will be the key in this table, and here D will be the key. And except A and B, all other attributes is present in another table. That means CD will be present in another table. Okay, and both forms the key. Okay, then C will be here. C will be a foreign key for this table, and D will be a foreign key for this table. Okay, this is your BCNF decomposition. Then we have to check what are the functional dependency, which functional dependencies are preserved in this case. Here CA in this table, C determining A is present, and in DB, D determining B is preserved. Then AB determining CD, we have to check for AB determining CD whether it is functionally this is preserved or not. AB determining CD. This is a intro. It is not satisfying. When you will check, you just check that AB determining CD using indirect preservation. When you will check that, just see AB determining CD is not preserved. That means here the decomposition, preferred decomposition is here 3NF. Because in BCNF decomposition, lossless join property is satisfied, but dependency preservation is not satisfied in case of BCNF. Okay, that's why the preferred, the best decomposition for this relation is your 3NF. Okay, now another question number 4. In this case, just see. Okay, in this case, first we have to find out the highest normal form of this relation. Then we will take AC closure. Then A, B, C, D we will get. But A can be replaced by B. That means BC closure also we will get same. A, B, C, D. Then B can be replaced by A. Then AC. Then D can be replaced by. Okay. That means AC and BC are the two key attributes or two candidate keys. Okay. Then what are the key attributes here? Key attributes will be here A, B, C. And non-key attribute here D. Then what will be your highest normal form in this case? Highest normal form 1NF. It will be in 1NF. Then check for 2NF. Is partial dependency present? Partial dependency is A to B. It is not a partial dependency. B to A. It is not a partial dependency. AC to D. AC to D. AC here key. Here key is the AC. Then AC to D. Key is determining, complete key determine not. This is not partial dependency. That means it is in 2NF. Now check for 3NF. Check for 3NF. Is a transitive dependency present? No. Transitive dependency not present. That means it is in 3NF. Then check for BCNF. Is it in BCNF? Left hand side part all are key. Yes, AC is a key, no problem. But A and B are not key. That's why it is not in BCNF. and as it is in 3NF, no need to do 3NF decomposition. No need to do 3NF decomposition. Okay, this is in 3NF. Then in third or C, we will do BCNF decomposition. In BCNF decomposition, which one is creating problem? This A determining B and B determining A. These are similar one. Okay, these are creating problem. That's why in one table we will take. This can be done in two way. Okay, what are they? I am telling. In first way, I can take AB in one table. Okay, then except B, all other attributes will be there. A, C, D. Okay, here A will be the key, and here AC will be the key, and A is a foreign key for this A. Okay, this is one decomposition. Another way we can do here, BA will be here in one table, and except A, all other attributes will be there. That is your B, C, D. Okay, and here B will be your key, and in this case, BC can be taken as a key. Okay, BC can be taken as a key, and this will be the foreign key for this B. This decomposition you can take, and this decomposition you can take. Then check for here we can check for all the what the dependency are preserved or not. A to B is preserved here, B to A is preserved here. In this case, AC to D is preserved. And the lossless join property is also satisfied. A closure is equal to AB. That means in this case, in this BCNF decomposition, both lossless join as well as dependency preservation are satisfied. Okay. Then in this case, we have to see whether all are satisfied or not. A to B is present, B to A is satisfied. Okay, direct preservation. Then AC to D, AC determining D, it is satisfied or not. A can be replaced by B. Okay, that means BC determining D is satisfied. That means here also lossless join as well as dependency are satisfied. That means here the preferable decomposition is your BCNF decomposition. This is the good decomposition. Okay, and both of the design here, two way we have design. So both the way, in this way we can decompose, in this way you can decompose. Both the way we can take. Both of them are good design. Okay. Now we'll check for fifth one. Okay. Okay. First we have to find out the highest normal form in this case. I will take AB closure. AB closure will be your A, B, C, D, E. Okay. And here in this case, AB will be a key. Okay, is AB present in right hand side? No, AB is not present in right hand side. Okay, that means only key possible is your AB. Okay, that means what are the key attribute here? Key attribute will be your A and B. And what are the non-key attribute here? Non-key attribute will be your C, D, E. Okay, now we have to check for normal form. It is in 1NF, yes, no problem. 2NF, check for 2NF. Is partial dependency is present? A determining C, yes, it is a partial dependency. That means partial dependency present, it is in not 2NF. That means the relation is in 1NF. Okay, the highest normal form of this relation is your 1NF. Then this is your A part completed. Highest normal form is your A 1NF. Then B part 3NF decomposition. How to do 3NF decomposition? In 3NF decomposition, which are your transitive dependency? Those transitive dependency we have to remove. Okay. First we have to make it 2NF decomposition, then 3NF decomposition. Okay. Now, all partial dependency as well as transitive dependency we have to remove. Okay. In this case, A to C is a partial dependency, and C to D is a transitive dependency, and B to C is a partial dependency and D to E is a transitive dependency. All the partial and transitive dependency we have to remove in this case. Okay, that means first I will take BC in one table, then CD in another table, then DE in another table, then AC in another table, then except C, D, E, all other attributes except C, D, E, all attributes means A, B will be in one table. Okay, here B will be the primary key, here C will be the primary key, here B will be the primary key, here A will be the primary key, here AB will be the primary key. Understood? Then it is in 3NF and lossless join property will be satisfied because it is in 3NF and dependency preservation will be satisfied. Okay. In case of BCNF decomposition, now we will do the BCNF decomposition. In BCNF decomposition, which one is creating problem? This is AB is your key. This is not creating problem except this all other are creating problem. That means for all other we have to create one table. That means for BC we have to create another table. For CD we have to create another table. For D we have to create one table. For AC we have to create one table. And for AB we have to create one table. Okay. That means this decomposition is the same as 3NF decomposition. So BCNF decomposition is same as 3NF decomposition. That means okay, it is in BCNF now. Then lossless join property will be satisfied in this case. Okay, common attribute is there, and check for dependency preservation. Okay, here no FD is violating dependency preservation. Okay, that means all the dependencies are preserved. Just see here. AB determining C. For AB determining C, we have to check what AB determining C is preserved or not. But if you check dependency is preserved, AB determining C will be also preserved. That means this is the highest form of decomposition. Then the preferable form of decomposition is your BCNF in this case. This is all about 3NF and BCNF decomposition. Okay, thank you.